Hello and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship Porsche Cup taking place at Zolder. If anybody's ever raced ACC in the career mode, this is the first track I believe you ever get to race. So if everybody's tried career mode, they should be familiar with it. That said, the recent updates this week seem to play havoc with the tyres. In more ways than one, the compound's different. The way they heat up takes longer. The way they cool down is also quite quick, but if you get the temperature right, they will stay warmer longer and allow you to thrash the car around the track. So let's have a quick look at the Porsche Cup table, and you can see it's being quite comfortably led there by Chris Bourne. That's, you know, significant gap there. Chris could probably take 2 weeks off and still not lose a position. Derek Bird is in second place at 4.39. Carlo won't be racing anymore midweek, so he's just going to start dropping. And in fact, it gives David Noble a great opportunity to get third place now in the championship. And then beyond that, we've got Petrie, Steve Howells and Merch, Terry Trowbridge, Souza and Howard, all having fantastic seasons. Further down from that, we've got Andreas Pettersson, Melvin Garland, Peter Miles, who's very close with Garland and Hopkins, actually. There's quite a good little battle going on in the midfield there. Billy Stewart, we've got Kevin Torrance, again just a couple of points between them, and then below that we've got the also rans where they're below 200 points. They're the drivers typically who haven't raced week on week, and consequently they're a little down on the point scoring elements there. So what we'll do is we'll go live to the stream. I have got with me today a very poorly Jeremy, so he will.
Hello, gentlemen.
He will speak when he can without hopefully upsetting his throat too much. So I'll try and drive as much as possible. And I'm going to attempt, that's a really big word, to do a lap guide of this track. And you'll know exactly why I've said the word attempt. So we're on board with Andreas. And he's coming down the start-finish straight. And he's coming into corner one, the left-hander called East. This one you've got to try and get the apex of that little ledge on the left-hand side so you can keep the corner down. Keep the power down. This takes us into corner 2, which is called Sterevac Bocht. And that then takes us into corner 3, which is Canal Bocht. Get the inside, get the power down, drift the car to the left, and take corner 4, which is Lucien Bianchi Bocht. Get the car to drift left, get the power down, usually in third or fourth, depending on the car. And this takes us into the Klein chicane. He'll brake just after the 100 metres on the right-hand side, and he'll drift the car over the curbs through the chicane, and that's the Klein chicane. Corner 5. That then takes us into corner 6, the left-hander, which is Butt. And through another little chicane mechanism here, we'll start braking about now, cut the corners wherever possible, and that'll take him into Turleman Bocht. Right-hander, drift the car left, foot down, cut the corner on the right, get the car to go left as the road starts going to the left-hand side. Foot down, and then that takes us into Boulderberg Speed Bocht, and that's corner 8. No, sorry. Yeah, corner. That's corner 8 and 9. Sorry. And this is corner 10, which is Jackie X Bocht. So most of these are named after racing drivers, as you can tell. I did miss Jochen Rindbock beforehand, so as you can tell from the names, they're all based on some form of racing driver previously, or sportsman. And that's the lap guide. So hopefully I've not disrupted the names too much there. Quick hello to the chat, and yes, it is extremely quiet today. We've got Ian. Hi, David. And
hello,
Nikos.
gentlemen.
So I wonder if some have gone watching the manual qualifyings at 7:15 for the endurance, isn't it? So maybe one or two have gone to that just to see what's going on. So I'm going to jump on board and change the camera display now to Derek Bird. For the moment, David Noble's got pole. We're going to ride on board with Derek Bird because Derek Bird has got a 133.7 and he's currently 1/10 up. He's got that corner nailed. Can he get the power down well? No, he's lost the power coming out that corner. That's the problem with the traction control. And you can see there the car giving him way. I think this is going to put him on pole. Oh, he's got a bit deep there. Can he still get the power down? Bit of touch in there. Yeah, he's got it through. 133.7. He's going to go for a 133.5. That will give him pole position as it stands.
Nice.
Yeah, 133.482. So not far off a 133.5 there. I'm going to jump on board with David Noble. In fact, no, I'm going to jump on board with Chris Bourne. But Chris Bourne's on an outlap here, so we'll sit on board with Chris and just see where he goes in relation to this. Chris has been pumping in some really fast laps. I expect Chris to be sat towards the top of the leaderboard, if not at the top. Hi, Willie. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Willie.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
As you can see, I am back. Just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors, PWS Cleaning Equipment, Precious Washers.co.uk, who are sponsoring ACC TV, allowing us to carry on providing these streams for you and being able to switch the camera views and so on. So a great big shout out to PWS for that. Obviously represented by a couple of our racers as well with the same themed cars. I expect Chris Bourne on this lap, if the traffic in front doesn't get in the way, to really go forward. Hi, Stefan.
Close times at the top right now. I think it's going to be a very close race. So
yeah.
It could be a fascinating race here. Plus, with the unknown of the new physics, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we just had someone else jump in the server. Who was that? EJ, was it? I'm not too sure actually. But Chris Bourne's just done a 133.4. But that was his feel lap where he's just feeling the car. I do expect Chris Bourne to go much quicker now, and he's already half a tenth up. That half a tenth up is competing with David Noble, but he is losing a bit of time. Hi, Maverick.
Hello there.
Yeah, in fact, you've got a few drivers now getting into the low 133s. Terry Howard there with a blistering 133.1. Andreas Pettersson with a 133.3. And Mersch Pownov with 133.4. David Noble's going quicker again. As you can see there, Chris is really going for it over the curbs. One thing you'll find on this track is your tyres will get punished. And you will get certainly deflation going on and pressure loss. So at the moment, Chris Bourne's 3/10 up. I'm going to switch forward. Because David Noble is on a flyer. Oh, and someone's decided to park the Porsche up into the barrier there. But David Noble's half a second up here, so he's going for a 132.4. Now, can he do anything more through this corner? He's very tidy through there. Oh, very tidy. 7/10 up. He's going for a 132. He's lost a second. A 132.3. 132.4 now, perhaps. 132.4. 1.5.
Nice. Very nice.
That's going to take some beating, I think. Hi, Melvin. Guess who's
Melvin.
back? Melvin's back. Hi, Big Natty.
Hello.
Happy Thanksgiving to my US friends.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all.
Okay, so, yeah, David Noble's going quicker and quicker here. No one seems to be able to put a torch to him at the moment. And I mean, no one's absolutely near him. We're getting to the situation here. Oh, saying that, no. Chris Bourne's last lap was pretty quick. We're stuck between David Noble and Chris Bourne here. 4/10 are splitting them. David Noble is going half a second quicker again. And he's looking like the 131s. Chris Bourne's going quicker. But he's only looking at he's losing time now. So Chris Bourne's looking at a 132.6 at the moment. He's lost a load of time. Saying that, so is David Noble. That last sector is really causing havoc through the middle bit of the track, just getting the balance right on the car. And he's nearly lost all his time as David Noble. He was 7/10 up before. He's 1/10 up, and now he's lost it all, as has Chris Bourne. So we know the car's got a 131 in it. Absolutely got a 131 in it. Now he's got that corner good, nice and tidy. He's 1/10 up here. Is he going to gain? He's 2/10 up. He's going for a 132.2. And it's a 132.175. So, and also Chris Bourne has made a gain as well. He's 3/10 up. He needs a good drive out of that. You can see he's oversteering a little bit there. I think he's not going to make much progress. He's on a 132.7. And there it is, a 132.777. So that is 6/10 off pole. As you know, in GT3, 6/10 is a lifetime. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where this comes out. I'm going to jump on board with Howells. Steve Howells. Oh, he was going fast, but he's just gone wide. Kevin Torrance is 1.5 seconds up. And he's jumped up a couple of places with a 135.3. Bruce Hopkins is 4/10 up. He's doing a 134.7. So he's currently half a second up. So he's looking at a 134.2. If he can take some more time off, that'll jump him up into 8th place. Incidentally, Andrew Ambro and Mark Rogers have both done exactly the same times with a 134.107. So Ambro doing well with the Group 1 racer, Mark Rogers. But it goes to show that the Porsche is a little bit more of a leveller when it comes to racing. Saying that, Mark Rogers is obliterating this next lap. So I'm just going to jump forward to Mark Rogers. He's 4/10 up. And so now is Andrew Ambro. So Andrew Ambro's looking like he's getting the bit between his teeth. Mark Rogers is 4/10 up. He's going for a 133.7 here. Oh, he's gained loads of time through there. Half a second, a 133.6 or 133.5 if he can do it. He's lost time. He's gone for a 133.6. Now Andrew Ambro was flying and he's just lost all his time. So someone else who seems to be struggling actually in qualifying at the moment is Derek Bird. 133.4 is a good lap time, but he's only done. He's only 3/10 up, and what I will do is I'll put the gaps up for you before you ask if you haven't already done so. There you go, so you can see the gaps.
You know, it's very clear to me. David did extremely well yesterday with the GT4 with that new upgrade, and he's doing very well again today. And I find the field is a little bit reshuffled since that new update. I think the new physics are going to benefit some drivers faster, and others will have to adapt before they can get comfortable with the new adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just looking in the Discord now. Andy Lees has had massive problems. He's having to reinstall, and David Gerard saying someone else has had massive problems with ACC losing force feedback. Now, I have heard that and read that previously, so I think there's still problems. I actually copied all my config files sideways just in case.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. So when I did my update, I copied everything just in case. A few more. We've got a Philip 22051965. That's obviously someone born in 1965. Is that Philip Savage, Philip? Or somebody else? I don't want to assume. Hi, Jonathan. Happy Turkey Day.
Hello, Jonathan. I thought you were going to race, Jonathan.
I wonder if it was him who left the server.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was there before.
Yeah. And the good news for everybody is my wheel and pedals are working. So I think I got lag, and lag stopped the controls from working. Because I think you said, Jeremy, my car went off at a funny angle, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was lag that's caused my problems with my controls.
I believe the same thing, yes.
Yeah, so from my perspective, I've had a good run around Zolder. And if Zolder's going to test the controls, I'm going to know if I've got a problem. And I did manage to get round, no problem, so... Now, Jonathan's cooking, unfortunately, by the looks of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you'll all be running off for your food.
Yes, there is a new issue too with the update, and Terry Howard is mentioning that you cannot select the tire number for the pit stop. You know, before you were able to do that. Let's say you would start with tire 5, and then you after the pit stop you wanted tire 7. You cannot do that anymore.
Really?
Yes, really. So I believe it's automatic, but you cannot choose the next set of tire.
So, but it will change the tires for you to another set.
I hope so. Oh yes, I hope so. I didn't race yesterday GT4, so I don't know. and I didn't hear anyone reporting an issue with that. The only thing I noticed is that you cannot choose the next set of tires.
Melvin's saying,
I believe there are small bugs they will fix.
yeah,
With
Melvin's just said it puts new tyres on. To be fair, why should you have to select your replacement tyres? Makes no sense
yes,
whatsoever. It should automatically put
it's
another set
true.
on for you.
That's true.
Hi, Terry H. Seems though you're in the chat.
Hello, Terry.
Terry T's running around the track at the moment. He's 7/10 up on a 134.7. If he breaks into 133s, this will put him into 10th place. I think it's going to take people a couple of weeks to get used to this update, and I think
Yes, I believe that.
I think a few drivers have got other problems to worry about as well. And the nice problems, I think Nikos is one of them, getting used to some load cell pedals, and I think some other guys have had some new equipment on the way or have just been delivered, and it does take you a couple of weeks to get used to it. Don't feel disheartened if your times start plummeting, because you've got muscle memory that naturally breaks for you, and you've got to try and break that memory, and it does take a good couple of weeks. I found when I got my load cell, I felt like I'd gone backwards, but then eventually you start getting yourself back to where you were, and you start gaining. There's cars going everywhere here. We've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to go with Goran Larson.
Yeah, talking about that, I think we all agree here to do the next warm up Monday in Kialami with the new BMW. What do you think?
It's an option. I mean, yeah, it allows everybody to at least have a go on that car.
Yeah, apparently that car is very easy to drive.
Oof, God, that was a big off. That'll damage your car. Terry Trowbridge is going quicker again. He's on a 134.7 and he's now 8/10 up, so he's going to go into the 133.9s now. So if he can keep this together, because he went off before, he over-rotated the car. He's 9/10 up. He's got through that chicane really, really well. Yeah, I was just saying before, Melvin, I had the first time I've been able to go on my computer, which obviously since my wheel problems, and I've been working away. Then getting the update is like, I have no idea what times are good on Zolder. So I was asking Jeremy what's a good time. So I have no idea where I'm going to end up on Saturday. I saw Terry going around the server. Terry Trowbridge, he seemed to be flying quite well. So he's looking like my favourite at the moment. Obviously, I've not seen Mark Christopher out on track yet, so I can't really say about Mark Christopher. But Terry Trowbridge is looking certainly quick in that Bentley. Oh, he's just gone wide again there. He was on a 1.1 gain. Derek Bird's moved right up into third. And he's putting pressure on Chris Bourne. Can he get this lap through? He's 4/10 up, which means he's going to go into the 132.4s at the moment. That will steal third place and will put him second. Oh, sorry, it'll push Chris Bourne down to third place and he'll steal second place. Can he get the car going around the corners? He's 4/10. He's keeping the power down. Just lost a little bit through there. You can see Vitala in front of him. Vitala's not going to get in the way. A bit oversteer there. He's managed to get it going, but he's lost more time there. He's now only 1/10 up. He really needs a good little chicane here. He needs to get the car through this chicane with lots of power to get himself any chance of moving. Oh, he's 2/10 up. He was 3/10 up then. He's starting to lose the time now. I don't think he's going to better Chris Bourne, but it's going to be close. A 132.610. 1 minute left to go to end of qualifying, and that's Derek Bird's time up. He's calling it a day. Chris Bourne's still out, so he's still looking to make it better. But there's still 4/10 between him and David Noble. What a lap by David Noble that's been. Negative camber, what is it? Willie's saying he's learning a new PC, new wheel and VR, a lot of new settings and so on. And obviously the new update as well, Willie. So negative and positive camber, Nikos, is the angle of the wheels facing away or into the car from the top. So, if I'm not mistaken, negative camber is where the wheels at the top point out, and positive camber is where the wheels point in at the top. Frank's joined us.
Ooh, and Chris Bourne just managed to snatch the first.
I was in the chat and he's just managed to do it 132 flat.
Incredible.
Right at the death. What a lap time that was. They have changed something with the game as well, which is going to make the pit walk rather difficult for me. The PJ's doing a good lap here. He's going to shoot right up. Yeah, he's just got to 8th position. You used to be able to switch the control of the car off to stop the mouse from moving on the pit walk. They've now changed it all because they've changed all the settings. So, you know, they've obviously been doing a lot of updates in the game. Right. Got a couple of cars out on the track at the moment, so I'm not just going to go to the intro. Just wait for them cars to get towards the end. I think one of them's Terry Trowbridge. He's spoilt his lap, so his lap's over. Billy Stewart's just got over. And we'll go to the intro. Back shortly. Right, I managed to find what they've done with the game so I can get the controls back. So, quick grid walk of who's where they are on the grid. And in pole position, we've got Chris Bourne in the 118 Porsche, and then we've got the number 10 Porsche of Derek Noble. Obviously, you know they're all Porsches. There's no point in dwelling on it. We've got the 701 of Derek Bird, and we've got the 69 of Mersh Pounov. We've then got the 969 of Steve Howells, and the 201 of Terry Howard. We've got the 300 of Andreas Pettersson, and the 46 of Petri Vitala. Got the 15 of Andrew Ambro, and the 777 of Mark Rogers. We've then got the number 16 of Billy Stewart, and the number 54 of Gurren Larson. The number 60 of Bruce Hopkins, and the number 86 of Kevin Torrance. Then I have the 97 of Terry Trowbridge, the 420 of Robert Bando, and then the number 30 of Souza, and car 18 will tear off into the pits as we start, as that's Jeremy. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my mouse back again, as is always the case recently with the latest changes. I'll go to the helicam, and we'll sit on board and watch the start unveil. I think the guys in front, unless they make a mistake, are going to walk away with this. I feel there's going to be a gap opening up quite soon, quite early on. Nikos is saying there is this overlay that shows tyre temps. It might come handy now. The only thing left is how to cool my tyres. Right, so there's some other changes, is there? Right, so Stefan's changing his car for the remainder of the Group 3 season.
Really?
Yeah, from a Lambo to the BMW.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, apparently it's easier and he doesn't feel any pain while he drives. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Okay. Final countdown. No, I'm not going to burst into tune, don't you worry. Let's see if we can have a clean start. I don't believe the first corner is going to be the problem. in this race. Now, obviously, I've not seen the races this week, so I can't really comment too much. I'd have thought the chicane is going to be more of a problem. You know, the chicane coming down the back straight. I think that's just going to get a massive build of people braking late and causing absolute chaos and bedlam.
Yes, as well, and not exceeding track limits as well.
And it's
off
off.
They go. Good start by David.
David Noble's got a cracking run there, but he's not got the inside line. And Chris is going to try and cut the corner as much as possible and keep the corner.
And David goes through. Very nice start.
So far, so good.
Ooh!
Oh, contact.
Okay.
Interesting that, because that's the sort of thing David Noble said he was going to carry out, actually. It's okay to tap people, apparently, into corners. So he said, I'm going to do it in the next race. Touche. Yeah. That's the problem sometimes in admitting you're going to do something, then doing it. It just, yeah. Who's that diving down the inside? Whoa! That was a cracking dive down the inside. I'm trying to work out who it was. So that's Andreas. It was Mark Rogers, was it? Yeah, Mark Rogers.
There.
Big long dive down the inside, yeah. I tell you what, that took some courage to do that. And there's been contact. Larson and Billy Stewart. Billy Stewart's off. So let's have a quick look at what happened there. So Billy Stewart got him coming down. He's gone over the curb. Goran's got on the outside of him. So far, so good. Lots of respect. Behind the trees, so we can just see it. Oh, you can see there. I think Goran thought he'd passed Billy, and that's caused Billy to spin off, and then he's put his foot down, and he's left the track. So that could very well be. I mean, don't know if Billy's going to have damage there, but I should imagine he's going to be suffering a little bit as a result of that.
For sure.
So let's go back to the front of the track, front of the grid. And you can see David Noble and Derek Bird have now pulled away from Chris. And Derek's also managed to pass Chris.
Yeah, but David on that first lap definitely got a track warning because he went very deep inside the second chicane there.
Right, there's been an incident with Robert Abando, Souza and Trowbridge. They're all playing who can knock each other's car off the track. It started with
good.
Robert Abando and Terry Trowbridge, and then Abando and Souza come together. So yeah, a couple of people. Yes, trying to see whose doors are bigger than whose doors. I'm going to jump back because Derek Bird's putting pressure on David Noble here, and so's Chris Bourne.
Absolutely.
Chris Bourne's very close, very, very close. Yeah, Chris Bourne looks like he's just got his tyres ready. I think the GT3s, the tyres are taking 2 laps to get to the right temperature. When I was driving it before, felt so. Interested to see if the Porsche needs the same. I mean, Chris Bourne was quite slow out of there, but David and Derek are looking pretty racy together. But it's very easy to spin these cars out, get the wrong tyre on the wrong surface, and the power differential will cause your car to spin or over-rotate. Well, let's see where this is going to take us. Got to be so consistent. As you can see there, Derek Bird's got the fastest lap with a 1:35 flat. Larson's gone off. And he's obviously spun as he's come off the last corner. And he's Billy Stewart's behind him, but is gaining. So I think Billy might actually start catching him up. So back to the battle at the front.
Oh, and Chris is really looking.
Oh, big incident at the back. Big incident at the back. I could just see at the end of the straight. I'll tell you what they have fixed. The replay, he says. I will say, I was going to say they fixed the replay, but they haven't. There we go. It's coming in the replays. Oh, he's just got sideways. Merch has gone off. And he's coming across the track. Oh, dear. Oh, that's a big...
Wow. Yeah.
And Merch manages to carry on, but a couple of cars out there, unfortunately. Wow. So Chris Bourne's on a mission now. He's got the fastest lap, but he has just eased off a little bit. Derek Bird's still putting pressure on.
Yeah, very interesting that you mentioned that Chris did the fastest lap, because now the game tells you who puts that fastest lap. And Derek Bird actually just put the fastest lap.
Yeah, with a 1:33.512.
Yeah, the name becomes purple.
Got you.
And it's a new feature in the game.
All right, I have my own timing tower on, so
yeah, I know.
So I don't see that. So Terry's going slow at the back. Roberts managed to pass Terry, so Roberts moving forward. He's made a couple of places up now. As Robert, Andreas Pettersson's putting pressure on Steve Howells here. We've got Petri Vitali putting pressure on. Ambrose putting pressure on. Make sure they get through the chicane and see where this takes us. Because this is a nice little battle of 4 cars going on in the. You know, I said the front would move away quite quickly, and they have done. And this is the second battle behind. Really cutting that corner. That could be track limits. That they want to be careful. And then back here, Chris Bourne's back again.
Close at the front, very close to the top 3.
Yeah, as Andreas Pettersson's putting pressure on Steve Howells. I am keeping an eye on that one, but at the moment it looks like it's quite difficult for him to get that back. That gap down, sorry. Although he's doing really well here. It's coming backwards and forwards. PJ's having a great race there as well. Oh, Andreas has got him here. What a cracking run Andreas has got. And Andreas is going to put the pass on Steve Howells now. So his next target is Terry Howard in front. And it looks like Howells has also made a bit of a mistake coming around the corner there as well. He seems to get his tyres on the grass. It's allowing PJ to just gain up a little bit there. Yeah, so Terry Howard's the... just out on himself at the moment. He's the gap between the front runners and the next section of drivers. So he's 4.6 seconds behind Chris Bourne, but he's 3.3 seconds in front of Andreas, as you can see behind. And Murch has gone off. Oh! What happened there? Cars, and Derek Bird's off.
Yeah, Derek Bird just went off.
Yeah, I can't, obviously I've started a replay, I can't do much about it. So, there's Murch coming round the corner. The screen is filled with colour. There's red, there's green, there's yellow, there's amber everywhere. So what's happened here with Murch? Murch has done exactly the same in the same corner. More or less an identical move. Oh, there's cars damaged there. Oh, Terry gets through. Wow, yeah, and they're all in the pits. And so's Derek Bird.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Derek Bird's gone to the pits as well. So, oh, Derek's race is over. So PJ's managed to take Steve Howells now. So Terry Howard is looking at a podium. Oh, Ambrose going for Howells as well. As Howells got problems here because he's been taken for fun in the last couple of laps. PJ's really going for it there. I will expect Howells to get himself back together again and start putting pressure on Andrew Ambrose there. But there's a bit of a gap there between them and Kevin Torrance behind them. There's a couple of seconds. See, Howells is looking up the inside there. Ambrose just seemed to go a little bit wide on the corner. But he's doing well. He's keeping it together. Make sure you get your braking points right into this corner. Otherwise, you can go wide onto the sand and that'll just slow the car down and pull it back a little bit. But as you can see there, both drivers looking pretty much going through the chicane.
So we already have 3 drivers out of this race.
Yeah, Bruce is in the chat now. All that practice out the window. Yeah, I think, Mark Rogers is off. I think Bruce... Oh, Mark Rogers' car's looking rather damaged there. Yeah, he's I think we're going to see Mark Rogers go to the pits in a second. And there's cars flying down all over the place. Yeah, that's now 4 cars in the pits.
Incredible.
So I think, Bruce, you were unfortunately hit a stationary vehicle. Nothing much you could do about that. You're coming around the corner almost blind and there's a car just stationary in the middle of the track. Ironically, Murch had the same problem the lap before. 2 laps before and ended up in exactly the same problem, at the same position. So, and Merch is obviously in the pits as well. I should imagine he's receiving plenty of repair bills going on there because he's been hit and bounced quite a few times. So Mark Rogers has quit. He's left the server. He's obviously had enough. And another driver's quit and left the server. Derek Bird's given up as well. So Derek Bird's, yeah. Now looking at that, Derek Bird's mistake looked like there wasn't any impact with it. It just seemed to go off. So I don't know if he's just overdriven it and hit something. So Chris Bourne is now going to try and chase David Noble down and see if he can get anything in it.
Yeah, I truly believe the new physics are going to completely change things this week. We're going to have a few surprises happening. And yeah, I'm not surprised to see what's taking place with the Cup.
Yeah, I mean you've already got a skittish car. Terry Trowbridge is off. Oh, that was nearly a... And Kevin Torrance is off. So there's definitely drivers really struggling.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we don't know the reasons. We don't know it's tyres. We don't know whether it's...
Well, it has to be tyres and the new physics. In the update, it's clear that they want tyres to become a new factor in racing. So there we go.
PJ's gone off.
It's incredible. We have more incidents on the dry than we had in the wet last week.
Yeah. But PJ's got to do it all again now. I mean, you know, I will say, though, you've got David Noble, who's yet to make a mistake. Chris Bourne, who's yet to make a mistake. Terry Howard, who's yet to make a mistake.
Yes.
Andrew Ambro, who has yet to make a mistake as well. I don't think Steve Howells has made a mistake per se. He's just had a bad drive out of certain corners. So, I mean, this is an exceptional drive for Andrew Ambro here, if he can finish there and keep going. Bearing in mind they're still got to do a pit stop and that. But this is looking like a really interesting race, and there's going to be a few drivers actually getting massive hauls of points. Merch Palmer's back out again.
Yes, because the new physics are probably gonna play in the favor of a few drivers, you know, and David is definitely one of them. So
yeah, Bruce is just trying to highlight that you didn't make a mistake. No, Bruce, you didn't, but you're no longer on track. I was running down who's currently on track. You were unfortunately, you the result of someone else make a mistake for the second or third time, and you just happened to hit them. Oh, PJ there nearly lost it. So PJ's now starting to look a bit dodgy. That's the second time PJ's gone off. I think Andreas has already gone off. Kevin's gone off. I think Robert had contact earlier on. Sousa's been off. Stewart's been off. I think every driver, with the exception of the first 4, 5 perhaps, and Bruce, have yet to go off and make a mistake. That's losing them positions. No, Bruce, you didn't suck at all. And there's PJ's off again. And so has David Noble. Oh, wow. That was close. Terry Howard's now looking at a second.
Incredible.
So that was no incident. That was self-orchestrated. And look at this. Ambro's coming down now. Now the question there is, did Noble damage his car? Because he's looking very slow. I mean, his car looks okay, so maybe he's just getting the power going again there. But, you know, there's David Noble's made a mistake.
The car doesn't look damaged.
No.
I don't think he came in contact with anything. But there you go. See, the slightest mistake, and he was in the lead, and now P3. 9 seconds later.
Hi, Don. Hi, Mikhail.
Hello, guys.
So, the lesson this is teaching you is don't overdrive. I think Melvin said the same in the chat. Oof, David's car's looking twitchy. Really twitchy coming out of there then.
Gonna lose the if you're gonna lose the car, you're gonna lose confidence for sure.
Paul Moore, we've still got pit stops to come and got it's hard texting with them on your fingers. We won't ask what you're doing, Paul. Okay, Bruce, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. David Noble's just starting to pull away again now, isn't he? I think his tyres might have gone off slightly, you know, from the spin. And he's just waiting for the temperatures to come back in them. If you haven't done already, please like the video, subscribe. If you haven't done already, please subscribe and share. The subscribers count is going up. Just take this.
So now, what? Sorry.
No, so I was just going to take this opportunity to thank PWS, our sponsors, preciouswashers.co.uk, for sponsoring ACC TV and giving us the opportunity to continue providing this service to you. Thanks very much, guys, for that.
Yeah, so Chris now has a commanding 5-second lead almost. And he's not the kind of driver to make mistakes.
And there goes commentator's curse, kiss of death.
Yeah, I already debated that last week. I don't believe in that commentator's curse.
So Andreas has just passed Steve Howells, but Andreas has just gone wide there. So that's allowed Steve Howells to come back. Yeah, I think Andreas has just got it. And Robert Abando's just gone off. He's gone wide. He's back on track again. He visited the bumpy stuff on the left-hand side. He's got himself going. He's actually not gone off and damaged his car. And Kevin Torrance has gone off.
Yes.
Oh, he's hit the tyres hard there. Really hard. And there comes PJ after having a storming start. Really struggling now down the grid. Goes to show one little mistake and what it can do to you.
Well, I saw David cut again the inside of that turn. I mean, to me, it's a second warning he got. But I saw a couple of other drivers cutting the track a little too deep there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of drive-throughs.
Yeah, I know you're on about the second one in the chicane, aren't you? The left-hander.
Yes.
He really, really steals it. Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know how far you can steal it before you don't get away with it. Ironically, when I was trying before, I never got any, so I thought, oh, well, maybe the track limits are quite generous.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a cone usually, and if you stay within that limit, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
But the cone never stays there.
Hi, Derek. Did you get damage? Or did you just get stuck in the sand? Because we knew you'd gone off. But so what's happened to what happened to me the other day has happened to you? But I got pedals and wheel went. Oh dear. Well, all I can say is I fully sympathise because I've been there, seen it, done it. Jonathan Wood. I predict everyone will crash and Jeremy will be declared the winner as he's the only car 100% of condition in the pits.
That's a good one. No, I believe Chris and Terry actually didn't lose this car so far. So there's a couple of guys who are keeping the car on track.
Andres Pettersson's now putting pressure on Ambro after Ambro putting pressure on David. Yeah, oh, Terry Trowbridge is off again. That's the same place he's gone off through that corner. He's obviously struggling with that right-hander. That's the second time he's spun it. I think he's going to pit this, isn't he? Or that he's had a failure of some sort as well because his car's at a funny angle there. Interesting. He's not doing much about it unless something's happened and he's decided that's the best place to park up. Interesting. Still showing his yellows, so he's not gone to the pits as of yet. Terry Trowbridge has now gone to the pits. So he's give up a little bit there. He went off a couple of times. Terry's just saying Kunos has ruined a good game.
Yeah, but the pit window is going to open in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's giving up the race or I'm not sure.
So Terry T, just elaborate on what you mean by Kunos has ruined a good game.
Yeah, the physics, right?
Because you were running around the server before, and you were flying on my server earlier. So I thought you were pretty much nailed on, being quick. The bando's off. Ooh, that was close. Woo. Sousa's going up the inside here on the marbles. He's deciding against it. Just wait. The cars are really bouncing. They do appear to bounce more. Physics are terrible. New tyre inconsistent. Okay. Well, I noticed when I was testing before, the left front just went from running fine to absolutely unbelievably hot within a split second. So, yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. So, Andreas has managed to take Ambro. He's got good run there, so much quicker than Ambro there. So, Andreas is now thinking, maybe the podium for me. It will require another mistake, and Stewart's now past Sousa. Sousa's made a mistake. He went wide and had to get the power back on. Oh, and Sousa's decided to take the pits. Woo! I thought he was running to the back of him then.
So it's really interesting. Terry is catching Chris. So is Chris probably taking it easier?
Yeah, I mean,
but
I would imagine Chris is taking it easier. There's no reason to floor it, is there? What he'll do, you'll see him put a gap between him and Terry that he's comfortable with, and he'll just keep that gap getting bigger then smaller, bigger than smaller. So Merch has managed. Oh, and Robert's off again. And that looks like damage to the right-hand side of his car there, so I think he's grazed the barrier. His good old friend Barrier. Susan.
But I can see from the chat in the feed here that some drivers love the new update and some really don't like it. So it's going to take a period of adjustment for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, when I went on the track before for the first time with the new, I don't know if it's because I hadn't raced really at Zolder in this championship. I got on there and I didn't really feel any difference. The thing I noticed was the tyres. That is the big thing I noticed. But actually, from a car handling perspective, I actually didn't feel anything. So from my perspective, I don't think I'm going to struggle the same as, say, some of you guys who raced Monday, Tuesday with the old version and then Wednesday, Thursday with the new version. So me being unavailable and off on business might be a blessing in disguise, because I went on the first time today with the new update. I had nothing to compare it against, because obviously my race on Saturday was ruined for other reasons. So I'm pretty much cold anyway. Yeah, they did, Melvin, you're right there. So Kevin's off again. They said the updates won't work because of the physics, or some of them won't. You'll also... Oh, and there's a car off at the back. Stewart's off. I think you'll also find, if you try and select your skins, there's a massive delay where you select your skins in the game now. Merch there nearly went off. So Terry's within 5 seconds now of Chris. Let's just keep an eye on this. No, so that gap's about 4.8. It was 5.3. Let's just keep an eye on it, see if it comes down this lap. Thing is, guys, with car setups, you can tweak them too much. I remember one of the guys I race with, Dave Thompson. He comes in the chat occasionally, watches the streams, and he's also raced with us. And he sometimes over tweaked his car to the point where it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And I can see that easily being done. Sometimes you just need to start with something like the safe setup and do a couple of tweaks to the point of where you feel comfortable with the car. Then rather than trying to eke that extra 10,000th of a second out of it or something like that, just accept it. You'll naturally get quicker with it. You know, I don't over-engineer a car because I don't understand it. I know the basics of what I can change, and it seems to be okay, and I seem to get quite a stable car.
Yeah, so Terry now is getting a lot closer. So I believe it's Chris who's slowing down. I'm not sure.
Well, Chris has just had to pass a back marker, so that's not going to help. So Chris, I think, just passed... I'm not trying to work out who it was, actually. Did he pass? No. Ambrose passed Stewart. Stewart's in the pits. So there's 14 minutes of the pit window left.
And we lost another driver.
Who have we lost?
I don't know. Someone left it. I mean, we lost 4 drivers.
Oh, Bruce was going, so maybe it was Bruce. Yeah, Terry. That gap's now stabilised between Chris and Terry. I think this is
Yes.
this is Chris just abiding his pace. Really, I think he just wants to keep himself in touch. Right, so Andreas is pitting. So there's quite a few cars taking the pit stops now. Let's see if I can show the pit window.
Terry who left. Terry Trowbridge left.
Right. Oh, and we've had car 15 speeding pit lane.
Stop and go.
That's speeding the pit lane. Sorry, was that? I thought it said 15. Yeah, Ambro. So Ambro sped in the pit lane. Terry's laps here are so consistent. It's weird because you know, during the wet race at the weekend, and when Terry hit a few cars, I think it was in the Porsche, wasn't it? He took a few cars out. We're seeing a completely different person today. He's very stable. He's nailed. He's got every corner pretty much spot on. And then when he was at Donington the other day, he was hitting anything that moved. Oh, how you can have chalk and cheese? It's bizarre. Right, so Terry's really flying, isn't he? Even through the back markers, he's not losing Chris Bourne. Oh, Terry's going to be having the champagne again tonight. If he can keep this up. You know, I know a couple of drivers fell off the track, but you've got to be in it to win it, haven't you?
That's right.
I like what Mikael's put. Jeremy's already made 4 places. Abando's made 10. Kevin Torrance has made 9. And Sousa's made 7. And Kevin's just gone off again. Into the same barrier. Deary me, he really likes that barrier. His car must be suffering. Right, Ambrose past the... That's Chris Bourne's just past Ambro, is it? That means Terry Howard's now coming up to Ambro. Yeah, so just in front of Terry now is Ambro. So if we just go to the rear of Ambro's car, you can just see them in the distance there, coming round. I do think Terry's going to catch them, but I mean, Chris Bourne, that tells me Chris Bourne has lapped up to 6th place already. That's ridiculous.
It is.
That is, Chris Bourne's lapped 6th place already, and we've still got half the race to go. He's going to have a pit stop in the bag here, a free pit stop. So he's nicking that corner as well, Jeremy. Though, you know, he's really stealing that corner.
He is. He is. But he has who's that back marker right behind him?
Ambro.
I cannot identify. Oh, it's yeah. Ambro is not letting him go. He's trying to unlap himself, I believe.
Now, the question here is, have Chris's tyre... Chris is now going to the pits.
There he
Had
goes.
Chris's tyres gone?
Yes, I
And
believe
that was
they
the
have.
problem.
Yes.
So Terry's now leading.
That's it.
Terry's
so let's see
leading.
what happens. Let's see what happens.
So when Terry does his pit stop, it's going to be interesting. So Terry's lapped up to Andreas, 7th place. So the two guys up front, he's just gone a little bit wide there, is Terry. He nearly got onto the marbles. That's not what you want to be doing. That'll definitely cost you your tyres. And look who's back. David Noble. He's thinking, no, I want back what is rightfully mine. He's 14 seconds behind Terry Howard. He's got 29 minutes to catch up. But bear in mind, they've still got to pit. Merch has gone off. Trying to work out where he's gone off. He's gone off through the right-hander at the end of the beginning of the start-finish straight, hasn't he? Yeah, just before there.
Yeah, Merch had a very hard time yesterday with the GT4 as well.
I suppose if you've got a driving style that relies on the tyre physics, and then they change the tyre physics, your driving style's out the window, innit? Kind of. So where's Chris Bourne? Yeah. Chris Bourne's coming out. So Kevin Torrance is now 4th. PJ's gone into the pits. I would expect Terry Howard to be thinking about pitting at some point. But he's going another lap. He is trying to, looks like he's trying to catch Andrew Ambro up and lap Andrew Ambro. So the pit stops could be interesting because you could easily get a stop and go for speeding, which affected Andreas. You know, you could... I don't think people are going to miss the pits, but you could do your pits wrong. You know, the tyres and the fuel. Saying that, I can't see from this angle whether that's the case. I'd have to rely on Jeremy to say if anyone's allegedly pitted but not shown as pitted.
Well, so far everything's good.
Terry's car's looking absolutely nailed. Oh, he says. Commentator's curse. He knew it was coming to him, so he thought, I'll brake a little bit later here.
So David now is in the pits.
I think we might see Terry jump in here if his tyres are starting to go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Bourne's now past David Noble. There you go.
There he goes.
Oh, he's got it round there nicely. Nice, nice. He got it stopped as well. Let's go back out. So we need to follow Chris Bourne and keep an eye on Terry coming into the pits. The gap was 66 seconds, and obviously that's now going to come down significantly.
And Andrew Ambro put the fastest lap.
He has with a 1:33.352. So Chris is coming round. I'm just looking at the pit stop of Terry. So Chris's pit stop was a 45.3. That's 2 seconds slower than a lot of the other drivers. So this is going to be interesting. If Terry can pull off a good pit stop here, he's going to come out right behind Chris. No, Chris is going to pass us any second now. Is Terry going? In there's Terry. And he's right at the end of the grid, so we know Chris is going to pass him. Going to get the power down to come out the corner. So the chase is on. It was 4.3 seconds before, wasn't it? Now has Chris been able to put a flying lap in as a result of that? 6.8. So Chris has gained a couple of seconds as that pit stop. But more importantly, Terry's second place. He's going to be ecstatic with that. Robert's gone wide. Got himself back up and running again. PJ's putting pressure on Steve Howells. So this battle's been going on. So we've only got one driver yet to pit stop. And that's Kevin Torrance. According to my records. So Kevin's got 4 minutes to go. And obviously if you don't pit stop, you get a penalty at the end for failure to stop. Bit of a shout out again to our sponsors, PWS Clean Equipment, preciouswashes.co.uk. Grateful for sponsoring ACC TV and giving us the opportunity to carry on providing this great service for you viewers, yourselves, and for anybody else around the world. A big thanks to PWS for that. It's quieting down quite a lot. This is the only battle on track at the moment. PJ's really good under braking. Much better under braking then, wasn't he? He gained 0.3 under braking there. Yeah, Sousa's having a good run. Eight places up. Kevin Torrance is 11 places up, but he's still to pit. So when he does his pit stop, I think he's going to tumble. Which means as a driver, Sousa will have gained most places in the race. Oh, and there goes Howells. Howells made a bit of a mistake and PJ's gone past. So he just over-rotated. He obviously doesn't want to burn the new tyres out. Whoa! What's happened?
Something's wrong.
The server's crashed.
Oh.
And I know because all the cars are frozen.
What's going on here? I don't see any. What's going on?
Yeah, there's cars everywhere. We've got a car floating above water. We've got... What's going on? We've got a car building dust. We've got...
Very strange.
We got one on
Very
its,
strange.
one on its side,
I
sorry.
don't see any cars. What's this?
What is going on? Merch is in the pit. Stewart's in a forest. Larson's behind the fence. Abando's on a golf course. That sounds about right. Sousa's sideways. Howells, I don't know where Howells is. I can't even see his car. PJ Vitale, I don't know where he's gone. He went underground. David Noble is above the water. Petterson's buried. Ambrose in the forest. Torrance is under the drive. Howard's in the forest. And Chris Bourne's in the golf course. Someone's just said Steam's looks like it's had a bit of a fit.
Exactly. So it could be that the game just crashed.
What the?
What is that about? And I see Obando is sideways. His car is sideways, parked on the grass. Never seen anything like that.
Sousa's is the best.
Sousa?
Sousa's car's the best.
Yeah, Sousa is sideways. It's Sousa, not Obando. Yes. Oh yeah, Obando is on the golf course, you're right.
He's got playing golf.
This is insane. Kevin Torrance.
Someone's just said, like, this is how good the new physics is.
Wow.
Wow. So what's happened, Goran? What's happened, Goran? We've still got the stream going, but as you can see, we've got cars in completely the wrong place. You've managed to put your car, Goran, behind the barriers, which is quite impressive.
Wow. Incredible.
Goran, you didn't... Yeah, Merch is just asking us a server crashed. Yeah.
No, you know what? If the server crashed, I would have had a message disconnected, but I am not disconnected from the server. That's the strange thing.
The game actually thinks, Assetto Corsa still thinks that the game's going on because the countdown's still running. But as you can see, we've got
this is very strange. I believe lost connection.
Look at that. His wheels are still spinning at top note there. Let's go under him. There you go. Fantastic. Who else can we pick on?
Wow. Okay.
Who else?
David is levitating.
Pit window's closed apparently, and there's Goran's car. That's going to take some buffing out.
There you go. That's a major. That's a major
glitch. That one, Goran. I don't know how you've parked it there, but wow. I think Sousa's. We've got to go and have a look at Sousa's. I'm sorry, Sousa's by far the most exciting one.
Yeah. Someone wrote is taking a nap. I like that. That's incredible.
Oh, my camera's gone funny. What's going on? In fact, the camera's... Because his car's at an angle, the camera won't go correct. I can't get the camera to work for Sousa because he's sideways in the game. Oh dear, that's making me feel...
Wow. Looks like this race is over.
It does. Now, I have actually captured the current positions.
You know, actually, I cannot even write in the feed. I tried to connect with the, so definitely there is an issue there. It hasn't, I mean, the game has crashed. Oh, lost connection to server. That's it. So now we officially lost connection to the server.
I haven't.
So, okay. The question is, what do we do? Do we call the race with the positions now, or?
Well, I've stored I've stored the positions. Now half the race had gone, so we could argue the race is. It depends on what sort of gap we put in the.
The only problem is Kevin didn't pit, and he shows in P3 right now.
Yeah, but when the server crashed, he still had time to pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as he was the last one to pit, we've got to assume he would have pitted. And if we put a time delay on his times, that'll move him down. But, yeah, that's pretty...
Well, actually, you know what? The servers are still on. I just got out. Now it shows there's no one on the server. I'm connecting back on to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm the only one on the server right now.
Look at that. You can see the wheels of Terry's car there.
That's crazy.
Spinning the wheels. Wow.
Well, there you go. Major update, major crash.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's not good, is it, for where we want to be?
No, it's not. And you know, usually there's 1,100 servers, and right now there are 700 servers. So there are issues out there.
Yeah, I've just tried to type into the window and it's not taking it.
No, it's not taking it.
I've got latency.
It's not. Everyone has been disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But the server is still on. Except that I have to change the password now and reinitial it.
Right, I'm going to quit out the server. Yeah, the server's just died for me now.
Yeah.
Right, well, sorry about that, everybody.
Sorry, gentlemen, yes.
That's the stream completely obliterated. I'll forward the positions onto Jeremy and we'll work out what we're going to do. But I would say, fantastic that, but it was entertaining to a certain degree.
That was crazy, yes.
So thanks for those who ventured to take part. And hopefully,
thank you, everyone.
The race tomorrow for the Group 3 races, we won't have the same problem. If we do have the same problem, we're really going to have to consider what we're going to do for the weekend. Because we can't have races just being terminated partway through like that.
That's right.
Especially when the pit stops are still to be carried out. But we'll let me and Jeremy will sort that one out. So yeah, I just want to say thanks all. So, our apologies as best as we can for obviously for watching what's going on. We've had no control of that. So take care all, and enjoy the rest of your
Take care,
day,
everyone.
your evenings, or whatever.
Bye, everyone.
Bye all.